This video is brought to you by Huawei AppGallery. New Battle Pass is out and AppGallery has your back. 30% off coupon for Battle Pass and 10% points back. Download AppGallery using the link in the description or just refer to my previous video. When you're done downloading Huawei AppGallery, make sure to create an account and change your location to either UK, Ireland, Australia or New Zealand. It works regardless of the country you're living in as long as you switch to those. To access the offer, click the link in the description that will redirect you to the campaign page. From there, all infos you need are listed, and if you scroll down, you will see a coupon to claim that will automatically be applied when you purchase the Battle Pass. Accept the terms and conditions of the campaign, and bang, you get coupons on your AppGallery account. On top of that, there's a 10% points back offer going on every World of Tanks Blitz purchase you make. Buy something and get 10% points back to use on whatever next purchase you want. To do this, when heading to the payment, make sure to select Huawei points by signing up. Now use your totally free currency to buy something else. Many thanks to AppGallery for sponsoring this video. Bonjour everyone, as you may or may not know, 9.3 update is right around the corner because it should be available this Wednesday. And of course, before enjoying the update, it's good to have some leaks, so let's get a quick list of the changes coming in the 9.3. Let's go. First of all, let's take a look at this camo. You might think that it looks close to the already existing monster legendary camo that we have access to on the mighty E50M. But there is one small difference between the one you're currently seeing on screen and the one that we have already available in the game. It seems like Wargaming is starting to create something called the game mode legendary camos, which means that those camos should either be available during the small game modes like uprising, realistic battles, etc., rather than being directly purchasable in gold. I don't know yet if it's going to be confirmed. We'll have to wait for the 9.3 update to be on, but if it's the case, it's quite interesting because it means that Wargaming is trying to improve your love for those game modes by allowing you to get brand new attachments, brand new camos that are only available through these modes because the camo you're currently seeing will only be available in uprising. The second thing I want to talk about during this video is the upcoming premiums, or are the upcoming premiums. And the only one I'm kind of sure that is going to become available in the 9.3 update is the Caliban. In the 9.2 update, we get access to the GSOR 1008, but we know for sure that both the GSOR and the Caliban were tested at the same time. And obviously, if they've been tested at the same time, it means that Wargaming wants to release them close to each other. We already have the GSOR, so we can expect the Caliban to come into World of Tanks Blitz. But there is one quick thing to notice. In World of Tanks PC, for those of you that have the pleasure of playing the Caliban in this game, it's equipped with an autoloader. In Blitz, it seems like it's not going to be the case. The tank will have a great alpha damage, but will reload in around 16-17 seconds, which means that the DPM is going to be quite poor. Is it going to still be a good tank? We don't know yet, and we'll have to wait for the review to know that. And one last thing that is still important is going to be a premium tank, which means that it's going to be available in crates only, as we know how Wargaming works. And another thing really interesting that can be found on the World of Tanks Blitz official Instagram are infos about the 9.3 update. And we're going to start with those juicy pictures that are showing that all the Halloween tanks, or at least the ones showcased in this post, are going to be equipped with the HD camo. And to be honest with you, it just looks gorgeous. The Dracula without camo and with a camo. Same for the Helsing, to finish off with the Lycan. You can find all of them on the Instagram, so I'm not gonna bother, but the description of the post is also really interesting because they are talking about updated shell icons, changes to ranks, and of course the legendary camos that are coming, and specifically the HD things we saw here. But at the same time, they introduce you to some small nerfs and buffs that you can find right there. The T-54, so the tier 9 Russian Tech 3 medium tank, is going to have a reduced reload time, which means that it's probably going to be interesting to play it again, and decreased the lower glasses plate armor, so a nerf and a buff at the same time. plus the upper glassy plate armor and turret that has been strengthened, which means that we are probably going to get a T-54 that is going to shine again, like it was the case before the mighty nerf of the T62A and the Object 140 that occurred probably 4, even 5 years ago because the tanks were too broken. Is it going to make the T54 meta again? We'll have to wait to see. Second is the AMX AC-48, a tank that is definitely not popular because mentioned as one of the worst tank destroyers by many players. And it seems like Wargaming finally understands what the problem is with the tank, which is the weak spots, or I should say the weak spots, because you have way too many on that tank. The upper glassy plate armor has been strengthened, which means that you're no longer going to be able to penetrate by switching to gold shell in pretty much every single side places on the tank. And at the same time, they lowered the glassy plate armor, but we don't care about that. It's so small that it's not going to be a problem. And at the same time, they are buffing the reload time of the tank. Finally, the two last tank, T54 lightweight, the DPM is going to be decreased, same for the turret and the hull armor. So a slight nerf that is going to probably make the T54 lightweight a tank that you can take dust with because nobody will play it again. And the STA-1, considered to be one of the worst medium tanks ever, that has a buff on both the turret and the gun mantlet armor. Is it going to be enough to make it worth it? If Wargaming really tries to improve it drastically, I feel like it could become meta, but it feels weird to say that knowing that for at least 4 years that tank had been utterly shit. Now for the upcoming changes, the ones from the 9.3, we're going to take a look at a video uploaded by BlitzHub. You will find the link to their Discord in the description. What you are currently witnessing are camos that will be available in the 9.3 update based on the rank you managed to unlock with the tank. Those are kind of energy camo. I forgot the exact name of it, but active camos, the one that are shining, etc, etc. And basically what happens is that every time you unlock a new gap, so level 20, level 30 or level 40, you will have access to camos in order to flex to your opponents your style. Is it a good thing? In my opinion, yes, but I would like Wargaming to take it one step further by possibly allowing us to get an exclusive legendary camo when we get to level 50, or even just an exclusive attachment, something that really makes you want to spend a lot of credits to acquire it, because let's be honest, right now tier 10 leveling for the ranks is quite expensive because it will cost you more than 7 million credits in order to get a tank from level 1 to level 50. At the same time, if you are looking at the shells at the top of the screen, wait, I went a little bit too fast, you will see that the icon changed. Is it for good or not? Personally, I feel like it's a downgrade because aesthetically talking, I like the minimalism of the previous shells. But at the same time, if you never played World of Tanks Blitz or World of Tanks PTC and you're not used to the previous icon, it can be a good thing because let's say that with those pictures, you clearly understand what are the points of each shell. You see that the small red impact on the regular shell is not as hard as the heat shell, which means that aesthetically talking, you know that it's going to less penetrate. And on top of that, you have the HE with a rounded burst, which means that you know that it's going to be a shell that is just something that will do splash damage or things like that. But maybe you totally disagree with what I'm currently saying, and if that's the case, I'm sorry, but I feel like it, so tell me in the comments what you think. Now we're gonna keep going with the legendary HG, just the HG aesthetic of the Halloween tank. You see it on the L-Sync, you're gonna see it on all the tanks as well. But let's not bother too much with that. We are here to focus on the shells, and this is exactly what you're witnessing right now. What is crazy about those shells when you effectively put them this way and you see them the way they are, is that they are not only changing the icon, but they're also going to give you way more information on the penetration, on your average damage, depending on your possible penetration or not. Which means that the newbies, if they really try to dig analytics, to dig the statistics of their tanks, will be able to know that some shells that don't penetrate can still do damage, like the HE right there. You see that if you don't penetrate but have still 19 to 21 millimeters of penetration, you will do between 150 and 250 alpha damage. But if you penetrate, you can get to 330 alpha damage to a maximum of 550. So is it a good thing? In my opinion, yes, because it's definitely something needed as it's more information about the tank. But maybe that the next step would be, like Tank Company did, to allow ourselves to see the HG of the tank or the HUD of the tank through armor, like things we have on Blitz Hangar, being able to see the millimeters of armor you have basically on all the tank just by moving your cursor on the tank to the places where you want to know about the armor. On top of that, Wargaming really wants us to flex our statistics because it seems like the big old screen we have in the garage is going to be useful because you will have access to those statistics just by clicking on this tablet, kind of like. And well, as they say, subscribe to the channel and subscribe to theirs as well. I'm gonna give a shout out after. But basically, you see that you have those three icons, and it will allow you to keep a track on what you're doing well with the tank and what you are doing best at: killing people, dealing damage, or the last one, I totally forget what it is. Maybe it's precision sniping. I couldn't tell you exactly because I forgot. And that's it pretty much for the changes. To be fair with you, I'm kind of happy with those because it's not about how small of an update it is, because they don't necessarily give us too much. But at the same time, when you really try to dig through the changes, you see that it seems like Wargaming really wants to make the ranking system a big thing. Is it going to happen? I feel like it. I feel like they're doing the right thing. I just hope that at one point they will stop this steal of credits, because just take a look at that. To go from level 1 to level 2 on a tier 10, it's going to cost you more than 100,000 credits. It's just too much. I understand that many people nowadays have access to all the tier 10 tanks and they're not doing anything with their credits, but it's still too much. So please, Wargaming, if we have to spend that much, at least give us a legendary camo or a legendary attachment that is only available through the grinding of ranks. Otherwise, I don't see why you would bother getting and spending so much credits. So hopefully you enjoyed. If that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. Tell me in the comments what is changed that is exciting you the most, and hopefully I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Bye.